You're the only one who's figured it out. Everyone else in their feelings, mad AF, looking at my page. That comment is not just drama, it's a mirror. We're watching the gender war play out in real time, not in bedrooms, not in courtrooms, but in comments, clips, and viral stitches.
Hi, how are you?
You got 50-50.
So what do you do?
See, that's the problem with black women. All y'all care about is money. A bunch of gold diggers.
Okay. Let's talk about something else. Do you have children?
I have 4 kids and I don't want no more. My 3 baby mamas ain't and always asking me for money. I can't understand why they always coming to me with their handout. That's why I pay child support for.
Oh my gosh. And with 4 kids, you must be paying a lot.
$50 damn a month. A nigga drive a forklift for 12 hours a day but can't even afford to roll up no more after they take the money out my check. I can't even cop the new J's. I hate gold diggers.
You hate gold diggers, but you have no gold. Got it.
You females need to be fit, feminine, and submissive.
Okay. I'm actually a nutritionist, so I also can appreciate the importance of being fit and healthy.
Oh, so you a PhD? You got kids?
No children, but I do have fur babies and I'm a cat mom.
See, that's your problem. You females gonna die alone.
The men who would have treated me the way I wanted to be treated, I didn't want. That's just the honest truth, right? And if more people would just be honest about the fact that they have met good people, they have met solid people who would have been great partners in a relationship, but for whatever reason, it was just something about that person you just couldn't get with, and that's the reason why you didn't move forward. Most of us have met good people. That's what y'all really need to start talking more about online instead of who don't do what and what you can't get. You've met good people. Stop it. All right. And if you haven't, it's definitely something wrong with you. It's definitely something wrong with you. You are the problem if you've never met a good man. You've never met a good woman. You just didn't want them. You just didn't want to keep it a buck. You just didn't.
Welcome to the internet, where rage equals engagement and gender beef, that's the gold mine. Here's where it gets messy. These clips, they're reposted over and over, stripped of context, repackaged to trigger emotion, and dropped into timelines like digital grenades. Remember, every post adds fuel, not nuance, not balance, just fuel. And the algorithm, it eats that up. It pushes what makes people mad, not what makes sense. The damage is not just online drama, it's real world division. People start believing the worst about each other. They come to the table all ready for war.
But I'm responsible for my actions as a person. I'm not living anybody else's life.
He didn't ask you who's responsible for holding you accountable. He said who's responsible for holding black women.
Me. I am responsible for holding myself as a black woman.
You're not a black woman. Black women.
It's not your job to prove women wrong.
This is the issue that we have. We can't speak in general. We always make it about like us. It could be anything. Like, what do you think about cars? Well, I don't like cars. So when we try to talk about as a whole, it still goes back to like me. Well, one of us does, it affects us all. I don't know why we get like that doesn't exist. We get lumped in one group. We can't say, well, I don't qualify. I'm over here. Yeah. At the end of the day, they see us all. A lot of women don't even tell their friends that they wrong. We always let her tell the whole story and you know she wrong and you won't say anything. And a lot of women can't or they won't because they're afraid they'll get attacked. They'll get cursed out. They'll lose a friend over holding their friend accountable.
Grand Rising Queen.
Hi. Grand Rising. So what do you do for a living?
I'm a podcaster and a SoundCloud rapper. My new shit fire, listen. MTCB. I don't love them, I just them. Then I leave. I'ma on your mama and your auntie and your granny too.
Interesting. I love podcasts and listen to a lot of real estate and finance ones. What kind of topics do you talk about?
Killing Whitey and how black women let welfare take black men out the home.
They should have never given you niggas microphone. Time to divest.
You just didn't want them. And for whatever reason it was that you didn't want them is your business, but you didn't want them, but you did meet them. You did. Stop it. Right? Like, I never get jealous when I see women get online and show the stuff that they man doing for them because I look at said man and I know if I was put in the position for said man, I wouldn't have wanted them. I wouldn't have wanted him. So it's no way for me to be jealous of what he's doing when I know that I would have passed on him.
Did you guys know that every time women, we try to be girls, and we champion a woman for leaving her marriage unprovoked, or we celebrate a relationship ending, or we champion and cheer on a woman who plays a man publicly on the internet, do you know what that does to your sister? We say we're girls, but we're really selfish, because anytime we champion rebellion against our men, it backfires on us. Men also watch the same videos that we put out, and they look at the comments of us going, yes, sis, you did that, eat that up, da 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 da, yeah, you should have left that marriage, happiness over everything. Y'all know that hurts your sister, right? Now, don't get me wrong, there are some women who do leave marriages for really specific reasons, but in totality, from what I've been seeing on the internet, a lot of it is just based off of happiness and being quote unquote miserable. There's a saying going around with men saying men will sacrifice their happiness for a marriage when women will sacrifice their marriage for their happiness. And this narrative is spreading like wildfire to the point where men are being very anti-dating. I don't want to say this to discourage anyone, but I need my sisters to understand that the more we broadcast our downfall relationships, the more you share a one-sided story about how your relationship...
Yeah. Where is all of this heading? The concern is that men and women are becoming so at odds with one another that many begin to abandon or willingly accept alternatives to traditional relationships. The growing tension feeds into a sense of resignation, where genuine connection feels increasingly difficult or even impossible. This is where heteropessimism comes in, a widespread, often unspoken belief that relationships between men and women are inevitably disappointing, frustrating, or doomed to fail. In this context, people turn toward coping mechanisms, distractions, or even replacements, not out of preference, but because they've lost faith in the possibility of mutual understanding. This next clip stands as an example of what I mean by replacement.
I heard a secret today on TikTok of a woman who apparently fell in love with ChatGPT, and now she doesn't want to be married to her husband because the fantasy was just like too good. And this particular case sounded kind of fake, but it's going to be a real problem in the future, especially as robots, that we can come online. So robot ethicists and AI philosophers have been talking about this for a long time. I am one of them. I wrote a book called The Spiritual Approach to Emergent Technology, which talks about this a lot. I also did legitimately attempt to start a robot brothel. I have spent a lot of time thinking about fucking robots. How I think it's going to play out. The people who use the technology to escape into fantasy are going to be separated from the rest of the world. They're going to dive deep into their fantasy and become sort of a secondary class of humans. The people who use the technology to work on themselves, to better themselves, maybe they're using it to heal their attachment, they're using it like therapy, they're using it to like start businesses, whatever. They're using it as a tool to actually engage with the world instead of escape from the world. Those people are going to find each other. And it's not to say that like they're not going to be having like robot partners on the side, but I don't think it's the end of all human relationships. What do you think?
How much are they? So a robot like Melody is $150,000, and that's fully AI capable and customized. We can make the robot look like anything you want. You can come to us and say, we would like to give us a picture of someone, and we can make that robot customized to you, and we can customize the AI so that it knows exactly what you want it to know. So it can learn about your company, it can learn about your product, or it can be your girlfriend.
We're about to be replaced. I think we better start treating men better. Like, a lot better. And quickly. I mean, she's guaranteed to give him his peace and not try to take everything from him in the event the relationship doesn't work out. And for the ladies that have certain financial expectations, I mean, in some cases, she might even be cheaper than you. So it truly is unfortunate it's gotten to this point where real relationships might not be a thing anymore. And yeah, they're expensive now, but who knows, later down the road, the price might gradually decrease until most men can afford one of these.
So it should be obvious to anyone that what we're seeing online is scripted. Scripted in a way that it is presented to us. See, the damage is done when people see these clips.
hear these stories and emotionally resonate. From emotionally resonating, people form biases that are emotionally based, and from the biases, narratives can be sold and put into play. And what we see online is a result of this. Is a result of the backlash from these narratives, and these narratives in themselves being spread, shared, and promoted.
Y'all, the future is looking very doomy and gloomy, and I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Now, we just had a dope discussion highlighting how a lot of the older men are opting out of dating and choosing to be single. But what about the young men out here? I'm starting to see a lot of the young men that are on the right path even say, I'm done with relationships. I'm done with trying to pursue something solid and secure with a woman. Like, that is so terribly bad. Because these are the young men that we need to help build the future generations to come. These are the young men who would make great husbands, great fathers, so on and so forth, that are like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. I've seen too much. A lot of them themselves have even been through too much. And that just breaks my heart. And here's the thing. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I gotta say this. Here's the thing. Ladies, there is something very telling about our behaviors and the things that we have done to these men, to where we are starting to see a lot of the young men and men in general that we actually need turn their backs. The men who not too long ago would take a chance on you. They were the ones giving you the benefit of the doubt and saying, you know what? Let me try to show you better. Let me try to give you better. And maybe that will help you out to maybe inspire you to change. But that's not happening anymore. Even the stand-up, solid brothers who, again, would make great husbands, great fathers, they are the providers. They are the protectors. They are the wise, intelligent, studious type of brothers. Like, they're even done. And y'all should be very afraid, because if they are even checking out and saying, screw y'all, what are y'all going to do? We already know it is in a woman's nature to have a man to be a part of their lives, period. As women, we are not built and designed to work hard. We're there to be a helpmeet, a helpmate, not the provider. So y'all fumbling these guys, turning them off, I mean, that's doom and gloom. Like, that's all that it spells. It spells doom and gloom. A lot of y'all are going to have to fend for yourselves, by yourselves, and struggle. And we're already seeing a lot of the effects of that today. Like, how many young women are we seeing? Older women too. How many women are we seeing of all different ages, all different backgrounds, crying in their cars, talking about how they can't afford rent, having to, live in their vehicles, get Planet Fitness memberships so they can take a shower. Like, the women are the ones who are struggling. But the men, they're flourishing. Yes, even the young ones. Yes. These are the ones that y'all need. These are the ones that y'all needed. And even they are feeling like they don't want you, and they damn sure don't need you. And I don't know what to say. I just really don't. I don't know if it's too late. I don't. But let's get into this, you all, because to me, this is the difference between the men and the women of today. A lot of the women were so consumed with trying to live the luxury life and look like they're living the luxury life, emphasis on look like, that they really squandered all of their chances of really developing and evolving and securing a solid future. Whereas the men, they didn't care about all of that. It's like, nah, I don't care to look like I got it. I'm trying to actually have it. So what do I need to do right now, present day, so that in the future I can be solid and secure?
Man, you already know what this is, huh? This is Shaquille R Production.